All right, we should be live now. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Can you hear me yet, Beck? On YouTube? Yeah, it says I'm live.
I don't see it yet.
The Washington Journal here, simulcast on C-SPAN and C-SPAN 2 all morning, live from Capitol Hill. The House, we are just seconds away as they will gavel in the 119th Congress, and that speaker vote will take place. As we've said and reminded you, our C-SPAN cameras are in the chamber, and so stay here to watch as the vote unfolds. Will it be more than one round that it takes to elect the speaker? Hello. Live coverage here on C-SPAN. You can tune into C-SPAN 2 for live coverage of the Senate. Opening day of the 119th Congress.
Test. I sound good over the volume? Okay. All right. Love you. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Pursuant to the 20th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, for the meeting of the 119th Congress of the United States, the House will come to order.
What's good, Joey, Brantley, Jaden, Candy? VR with the first comment. What's up, man?
The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Kibben.
We're about to see how it goes.
Would you pray with me? Gather us together, sovereign God, from the north and south, from the east and west, from the right and the left, and in your mercy, consecrate the work you have called us to do in this 119th Congress. As we convene to establish and uphold the laws,
can you guys tell me if the audio sounds okay?
May we devote our hearts anew to you and stretch out our hands to receive your instruction.
How does the audio sound, guys?
With our spirits oriented toward you, may we be willing to put away all selfish
Sound good?
any rancorous thought that may harbor within us, and the sin that we too often cling to, and allow no evil or wickedness to gain a foothold in or penetrate this tent of governance. On this day, in the days and months and years ahead, may we be found to be free of fault and true of faith and allegiance when we lift up our faces to you. May we, without fear or reservation nor purpose of evasion, stand blameless before you and the people we serve. I
don't know if he's going to get voted in, at least in the first time.
And on these United States, in the strength of your divine name we pray.
So I wrote down some names who we have to see how they vote. Apparently they were on the fence.
Representatives elect and their guests will please remain standing and join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh my gosh, they do a whole setup to get this going, huh? Oh, we don't hear the Pledge of Allegiance? Okie dokie. So, Chip Roy, Ralph Normand, Andy Harris, and Victoria Sparks. Those are 4 names that apparently are on the fence.
As directed by law, the Clerk of the House has prepared the official roll of the representatives-elect. Certificates of election covering 435 seats in the 119th Congress have been received by the clerk of the House.
So we'll
The
see.
names of those persons whose credentials show that they were regularly elected as representatives in accord with the laws of their respective states or of the United States will be called.
Oh,
The representatives-elect will record their presence by electronic device, and their names will be reported in alphabetical order by state, beginning with the state of Alabama, to determine whether a quorum is present. Representatives-elect will have a minimum of 15 minutes to record their presence by electronic device. Representatives-elect who have not.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys think he's gonna? You guys think he's gonna get it on the first try? All right, they're about to vote for the speaker, guys. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hey, I am live on TikTok and YouTube watching the Speaker of the House vote right now. I don't know, Mike Johnson, Trump's throwing all his support behind him, but apparently he can't afford to lose one Republican vote, and one Republican went on CNN last night and said, "You got to rip my fingernails out before I vote for Mike Johnson." So we're going to find out here in about 5 minutes. Oh, probably not. So, but yeah. So I'll be on YouTube and TikTok if you want to see what happens. Gotcha. There you go. Well, I got an email from the hotel. They're like, "Hey, your trip's in 9 days." I'm like, "Yep, we'll see you then." Yes, sir. It's gonna be cold, dude. It's gonna be cold and windy. All right. Yeah. No, I do live in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, 4 blocks. Oh, cool. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, bye. All right, guys. Oh, Ralph Norman, who was somebody we were watching, just said that Mike Johnson will not get it on the first ballot. Oh, boy.
And it's the opening day of the 119th Congress live here on C-SPAN. The Constitution mandates that a new Congress convenes at noon on January 3rd every 2 years. Here's the agenda for the day as planned. Right now,
thank you for the gift.
A quorum call is taking place to find out how many members-elect are there. The members-elect record their presence by inserting their voting cards in the chamber's electronic voting machines today instead of a roll call vote. Then it's the election of the House Speaker, which is ordered by the clerk. The candidates for Speaker are nominated from the floor by their respective parties. We'll certainly hear Speaker Mike Johnson and Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries' names being called shortly, and there could be other nominations as well. Now, once a new Speaker is elected, we'll hear remarks by the Speaker-elect, and that's followed by their swearing in by the Dean of the House. The Dean is the longest-serving member of the House, and that's now Hal Rogers, Republican.
What are we watching? The Speaker of the House vote.
Ronald Reagan was elected president.
Speaker of the House
After that,
vote.
the oath of office for the newly elected and re-elected members will be administered by the Speaker. And the last order of business is the adoption of the rules package for the 119th Congress. If you're seeing different shots today, that's because C-SPAN's cameras are allowed on the floor on opening day. So we will be live with our cameras, which are usually controlled by the House of Representatives.
Let me see if resetting this will help
joining
real
us
quick.
today to help set up what's going to happen this afternoon is Daniela Diaz. She is a congressional reporter.
Never mind, we'll just keep it going.
With Politico.
Appreciate all the
Daniela,
likes,
going
guys.
into
Thank
today,
you.
What is the headline?
Well, we're just going to see in just a few moments whether Mike Johnson will be re-elected as Speaker of the House. We are expecting several ballots to take place. He probably won't be able to clinch that nomination on the first ballot. Of course, ballots being the roll call vote when all of the members say whether they support him for Speaker or not. But we do expect that to take place. It's unclear whether he will become Speaker. Right now, all signs point to that he will likely be chosen as Speaker after a couple of rounds. However,
a couple of rounds.
Republican conservatives that do not seem that keen on nominating him for Speaker. Of course, there's one that's already said he's absolutely a no, that being Thomas Massie, a libertarian from Kentucky. But it's really tentative to see who is going to be the no votes that we expect in the first round. And obviously, of course, this will take as many rounds as possible until there's a speaker. Otherwise, as a lot of Republicans and Democrats have told me, this could be a really chaotic time for the House should they not have a speaker. We've seen that before.
It's for a Speaker of the House, BSB.
Just a year ago when they booted Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. So a lot
Kevin McCarthy was not a good speaker.
Rank and file lawmakers on both sides hoping that doesn't happen again.
So, Daniela Diaz, besides Tom Massie, has anyone else said no, a hard no yet? Speaker Johnson.
Right, he's the only one so far. However, there are a lot of far-right conservatives, a lot of folks on the House Freedom Caucus who have said that they haven't decided.
I don't know how many it's going to take.
Johnson. Now, this is a way for them to be able to have.
It's for Speaker of the House, BSB.
The Speaker, soon to be possibly Speaker-elect again for the 119th Congress. This is a time when they are able to make requests from him, whether it be plum committee assignments, whether it be certain bills that they want on the floor, whether it be certain measures they'd like to see in that massive reconciliation package that they're hoping to pass.
So we're going to find out here.
100 days through a process called budget reconciliation that would include tax measures, immigration. So they have his ear, these far-right conservatives, and that's why they're taking this time to meet with him, to discuss what would it take for them to get to a yes on his vote. However, something to distinguish about Johnson that's separate of Kevin McCarthy this time 2 years ago is Johnson is saying that he doesn't want to make any promises to these far-right conservatives who want something from him in exchange for a yes vote. He wants to be able to go in and say, I'm going to lead this conference, I want to unite this conference, and I don't want to specify